For centuries, historians believed this city never existed. No ancient maps mentioned it. No official records acknowledged it. No travelers wrote about it. And yet, beneath endless layers of desert sand, an entire civilization was silently waiting to be discovered. The city was called Akhet-Aten. It was built by the Egyptian pharaoh Akhenaten, not as a normal capital, but as a radical experiment. Akhenaten did something no ruler had dared to do before. He abandoned Egypt's ancient gods and declared the worship of a single deity, Aten. This decision shattered traditions that had ruled Egypt for thousands of years. Priests lost power. Temples were abandoned. The foundations of authority began to crack. Akhet-Aten was designed as the physical symbol of this revolution. Its temples were open to sunlight. Its art broke every rule of Egyptian style. Its people lived differently, prayed differently, and believed differently. But the revolution did not last. After Akhenaten's death, the city was suddenly abandoned. Not slowly, not gradually, but almost overnight. Temples were dismantled. Statues were smashed. Names were carved out of stone. Artworks were buried beneath the sand. This was not neglect. This was punishment. The rulers who followed Akhenaten wanted the world to forget that this city ever existed. They erased it from history itself. Because Akhet-Aten proved something dangerous. It proved that belief systems can be rewritten, that absolute authority can be challenged, and that even the oldest traditions are not permanent. History did not lose this city. History was ordered to destroy it. In the year 1513, an Ottoman admiral named Piri Reis created a map that still unsettles historians today. At first glance, it looks ordinary, but when examined closely, it becomes deeply disturbing. The map shows coastlines that, according to official history, were not discovered until centuries later. Even more troubling, it appears to depict Antarctica not frozen, but ice-free. Modern science tells us Antarctica has been covered in ice for thousands of years. So how could a 16th century map show its true coastline? Piri Reis himself offered an explanation. He claimed his map was copied from much older sources, ancient maps inherited from civilizations long forgotten. This raises a terrifying question. How could ancient people map the Earth with such precision? They had no satellites, no aircraft, no advanced instruments, and yet the accuracy of the map cannot be easily dismissed. Even stranger, the Piri Reis map is not unique. Similar maps appear across different cultures and time periods, all showing knowledge that should not exist. Instead of rewriting history, the map was quietly archived, studied behind closed doors, then ignored, because accepting it would force historians to confront an uncomfortable possibility. Human history may not be a simple story of progress. Advanced knowledge may have existed before, and entire civilizations may have risen and fallen long before recorded history began. Some knowledge was not discovered, it was inherited, and then lost again. The Great Pyramid of Giza is often described as a tomb, a monumental grave built for a single king. But this explanation has never fully made sense. No mummy was found inside, no burial inscriptions were discovered, no funerary texts cover its walls. Instead, the pyramid contains something far more unsettling: mathematics. Its dimensions encode the value of pi with astonishing accuracy. Its structure reflects the golden ratio. Its proportions mirror the size and shape of the Earth itself. Even more disturbing is its alignment. The Great Pyramid is oriented toward true north, with a precision so exact that even modern construction struggles to replicate it. This accuracy was achieved without compasses, without advanced tools, without modern technology. Inside the pyramid, narrow shafts extend from hidden chambers, pointing directly towards specific stars in the ancient sky. Stars that held deep symbolic meaning in Egyptian belief. Some chambers appear to serve no practical purpose at all. No storage, no burial function, no clear explanation. Sound behaves strangely inside the pyramid as well. Certain frequencies resonate unnaturally, as if the structure was designed to interact with vibration itself. These details have led some researchers to propose a radical idea that the Great Pyramid was not a tomb, but a message. A message carved into stone, built to survive time, disasters, and collapsing civilizations. If the builders wanted future generations to know they existed, they succeeded. But if they wanted us to understand what they knew, that message may still be waiting to be fully decoded. Around 1200 BCE, the ancient world collapsed. Not slowly, not region by region, but almost all at once. Powerful cities were burned to the ground. Trade networks that connected continents disappeared overnight. Writing systems vanished. Entire cultures fell into darkness. The Hittite Empire ceased to exist. Mycenaean Greece collapsed completely. Even Egypt barely survived. And yet this catastrophic event is barely discussed. Ancient records speak of a mysterious force known only as the Sea Peoples. No clear origin is given, no homeland is identified, no explanation truly satisfies. They arrived suddenly, attacking coastal cities and inland capitals alike. Then they disappeared from history just as quickly as they arrived. But the scale of destruction raises serious questions. This was not a normal invasion. No single army could have caused such widespread collapse. What occurred looks more like a system failure, a breakdown of trade, a collapse of political authority, a failure of interconnected civilizations. Some historians suggest climate change. Others point to famine or internal rebellion. A few propose massive population movements. But none of these explanations fully account for the speed and totality of the collapse. History prefers simple stories, heroes, villains, victories. But system collapses are harder to explain because they remind us that civilization, no matter how advanced, is far more fragile than we like to believe. The Library of Alexandria was not just a collection of books. It was the greatest concentration of human knowledge the ancient world had ever seen. Scholars from across the known world traveled there. Texts were copied, translated, and preserved. Ideas were shared freely. Ancient sources describe works on astronomy, medicine, engineering, and geography. Some texts even reference machines powered by steam and advanced mechanical devices. The library represented possibility. Then it vanished. When the Library of Alexandria was destroyed, it was not just paper that burned, it was centuries of accumulated knowledge. What makes this loss even more disturbing is that some accounts suggest the destruction was not accidental. Political conflict, religious extremism, fear of dangerous ideas. Knowledge has always threatened power. A population that understands the world is harder to control. And once the library was gone, progress slowed. Ideas that had already been discovered had to be rediscovered centuries later. Humanity did not move forward. It stumbled backward. The destruction of the library reminds us of a harsh truth. Civilizations do not always fall because of enemies. Sometimes they fall because they destroy their own memory. Across history, civilizations follow the same pattern. They rise rapidly, they achieve unimaginable power, and then they collapse. Each time, historians offer explanations: economic failure, corruption, invasion. But the pattern never changes. Advanced knowledge appears. Massive structures are built. Systems become complex and interconnected. Then something breaks, and the collapse is sudden. What if history is not a straight line of progress? What if it moves in cycles? Ancient civilizations may have reached levels of understanding that challenged the limits of their societies. Truths that disrupted belief systems. Technologies that altered power structures. Knowledge that came too fast. And when systems become too fragile, collapse becomes inevitable. History Beyond Sand exists to ask uncomfortable questions, not to rewrite history, but to look beneath it, to examine what was buried, what was erased, and what was forgotten on purpose. Because the strangest secrets of history are not hidden by time, they are hidden by choice. And sometimes, the most dangerous knowledge is the knowledge we lost.